You there. Keep your hands where I can see them. You! My scouts saw you infiltrating our lands to the north. This is Protectorate soil, and Protectorate it shall remain. Cadre, to arms! Let this trespass... Retreat moving to cover! Carefully.
Where? 6 5. Shots! Taking cover! Where? 6 5. Shots! Anyone got lamps on Schultz? Anyone? Be damned. sallying into the wire like that with Nerio? Did I not make clear our orders to hold the line here regardless of provocation? Should my instructions have been more robust?
I'm afraid there's more bad news, Commander.
Would that he'd done her more good. Seems Calamity... You there. I don't normally sanction nameless passers-by giving ear to my private discourse. By the void. She couldn't have picked a worse time to change her mind about moving the line forward. As you can see, we're in the middle of a crisis. One of our own, Schultz, just got herself blown to pieces. And worse yet, seems she dragged poor Scrabbles into her ill-conceived scheme. I'd thank you to affix some ballast to that name when you speak it. Scrabbles has been integral to this unit's success for years. Outsiders may see him as a toy, but we've bled alongside that stuffed sprat. Schultz obviously knew the risks and hoped he'd protect her through the minefield. Alas, even Scrabble's power has limits. Still would help morale to get him back, though. I'll pardon your skepticism given your lack of acquaintance, and say only this. Ask not what Scrabbles achieves for us. Before you depart, a final word. Stay out of the minefield. I won't be the one who answers to Carr when the Protectorate must...
Gary anywhere? No, he went on.
Nothing I'd fancy more than to lay out those bastards at the bridge. Especially now that we've got Carr's permit. But it's a doom. I'll be spaced. Scrabbles. And hardly the worse for wear. You've no grasp of what his return means to this unit. Scrabbles was originally a gift from my daughter. He fought with us during the Consolidation War, and has seen this squad through every hard deployment since leaving Tau Ceti. He's also packed with some of the finest grade stimulants this side of legal. Here, for your trouble. Livener like that comes in handy when you're in a pinch. You surely read my mind. We can begin the assault as soon as you give the... Forthwith, troopers, to me! This is what we've been waiting for, troopers. What all those days and nights of trial readied us for. We're delivering death, free of charge. Forward, to victory, profits, and the furtherance of Auntie's glorious enterprise! As Scrabbles is my witness, we will achieve victory!
For shields!
Taking cover! Ammunition depleted! Requisite metal!
There they are!
Refill this thing!
Hide and seek!
Our beneficent leader.
Always watch. The bitch. No risk. Target's taking lead.
There's no mood for nonsense.
Forever vigilant. Let us reconvene.
The bridge is ours, and with nary a scratch to show for it. Thanks for your contributions to this great and honorable endeavor. For as long as we hold the bridge, safe passage is yours.
Three 4989393A. There is no place for you in the paradigm.
Oh, thank the stars. I was sure that was the end of me. Thank you for saving me. I wish I could return your kindness in some capacity, but I left everything behind when I fled.
Though you're most welcome to my old Protectorate equipment on that ledge. I won't require any of it from here on out. That part of my life is behind me for good, it seems.
The commander of the base to the east, Brigadier Montelli, has gone mad. He's executing loyal subjects as traitors on a whim, without even a mention of refreshment. He claims his actions are in the name of the Sovereign, but nothing he does is in alignment with the paradigm. He's obviously ill and needs to be removed. My partner and I are loyal subjects of the Protectorate, but we were forced to flee after pointing out the obvious. Is everyone so oblivious that they can't see what is going on? Unfortunately so. Although this must be the first time. It's only temporary, though. I was to meet my partner in a cave to the northwest of here. We were going to once I stop shaking, I'll...
damned bodies. Why can't we just bury the lot of them? Be forewarned. We are in a heightened state of alarm due to unprecedented events. Unless you have official business here, I suggest you move on. Move on and leave me to hang all of these bodies. Which I must shamefully confess may be beyond my capabilities. Even without your distraction. Why would I do that? And be mindful, if you haven't your transfer orders, I don't have time to waste going idly back and forth with you. You are correct. If I were to let you in without apprehending you and placing you into these gibbets, it would cost me my life. Remember, the Sovereign sees all.
Area's off limits.
You are approaching a restricted estate.
Area's off limits.
You are approaching a...
Though you are better company than these corpses, they are new.
Area's off limits.
You are approaching a restricted estate. Wait a... Closer inspection. It's
System of mine!
My firearm. Quarry found.
Come, quickly. We must all bear witness.
Technicians Acna and Gastrell, you stand accused of manufacturing a fatal flaw in one of our valued dragoons. Have you any last words to express your shame?
That dragoon was already defective. Oh, we were only rebuilding the logic assembly so that...
At last, the truth alights. I hope this belated confession unburdens your conscience, though it will do nothing to commute your sentence. On the charges of sabotage and treason most contemptible, I find you both guilty.
No. No, please! This is all a misunderstanding! We're loyal!
More loyal subjects executed. And valued technicians, no less. I cannot see how reducing our own manpower guides us down a path to victory. Wait, I recognize you. From Horizon Point. Yes, just outside the skip labs, before the incident. Didn't I set security on you? How are you here? Alive? You must have been the cause of everything that happened that day. And to think I could have stopped you. Perhaps I would have, if I'd not been so vexed over mere demerits. Let's call you a stranger, then. That still doesn't explain how you gained access to the station, or why you're here at all. This entire dialogue is pointless. We'll both be dead soon enough, given current trends. If Montelli cannot find a reason for more executions, he'll invent one. You want to help me? Now, where have I heard that one before? Fine. You've laid me bare. I lack bravery, but not intention. I want what's best for the Protectorate. If I must collaborate with an... I cannot believe Montelli is so far gone as to forget his true duty. Or our friendship. Go to his terminal. Search for any information on it that may be deployed against him. Also, while you're there, notify High Command that I'm taking control of the station. Why don't we just launch the Vox station into orbit while we're at it? Do morals not exist outside of Arcadia? No, absolutely not. And moreover, some things just aren't done. Not because they can't be, but because it would be wrong to even try. Besides, Montelli is not merely my superior. He's also an old friend. I must make some attempt to get through to him. Remind him of what true service to the Protectorate means. What is there to think on? Lives are at stake. And don't think to proceed further into the station until we have settled the matter. Have you reconsidered assisting me? As I said before, I'm certain this need not come to blows. Montelli can be reasoned with. Probably. Definitely. Strange. All I have is a burgeoning sense of dread. But fine. Ask your questions. That name is not familiar to me. I gather this was some time ago? The Vox's staff, you... Why? Who is she? Augustine de Vries. I never imagined having a name for the criminal responsible. Should I ever encounter her, I'll be sure to alert the proper authority. I thought so. But recent events have... He no longer confides in me. When he's not re-educating us on our conduct, I've noticed he's often unavailable, busy in private conference. As the station neared the end of its life, Arbiter Jackson appeared at my post, gravely injured and requiring assistance. Although helping the Arbiter necessitated leaving my... Alas, Jackson died. I was labeled a deserter and scheduled for execution. But Vigilant Montelli was once the best among us, prior to this unexplained decline. You will need your own access card to get upstairs. Blank keycards can often be found in the contraband room, and there's a terminal for encoding access. Head through the door to the right and continue down the hall. You should find your way without much trouble. Oh, but mind the guards. They'll still attack you on sight. My commitment to the Protectorate, remember, our success hinges on sending my notice and gathering any information you can from Montelli's terminal. I will join you as soon as you go to...
Did you hear Montelli lock the thrusters?
I heard nothing, and neither did you.
But if the box relay launches, we won't be able to change its trajectory. It could land on one of our towns.
Are you questioning the actions of our brigadier?
No, of course not.
Good. I was sure I misunderstood you.
Linger.
Swiftly moving to cover!
Minimizing exposure!
reload. Breaking for cover. They coming.
What now? Ah, an intruder. Of course. I was warned the paradigm would test me, and here you have arrived. And Corbin. By your presence, am I to understand that you've turned renegade as well? Of all the serpents writhing beneath my boot, you were the last I expected to strike at me.
My intentions are as they've all...
Talk? With a gun in hand and an enemy in your shadow? Do you mistake me for a fool?
Turn your gaze outward, Umberto. Look at everything you've done. Can you honestly tell me this is for the good of the Protectorate?
I'm killing traitors. Abolitionists! I am purging our prized garden of chokeweed and all manner of slithering things. My methods may seem callous, but a swift response to treason is necessary to prevent this crisis from worsening. Auntie's choice, bah! The invaders are vacuous opportunists dead from the cholera. They would not have found purchase here if not for the festering rot already in our soil. Very well. Allow me to be blunt. Our great protectorate has lost its way. Years of comfort and plenty have softened. If only the sovereign heeded his consul's wisdom, he could restore the protectorate's honor, instead of shaming his forebears by leaving such a grave task to others, like myself. How dare you speak to me as if you were my better?
What? No!
Trusting the enemy to do your bidding. You always were a guileless fool, Corbin. Were it up to me, I would sentence you to the slow and painful traitor's death you deserve. But given the circumstances, your extinction must come quicker. Guards, purge this loathsome treasonist and his odious ally from... Driving up her!
I don't know who you are or how you accessed my private terminal, but it won't do for prying eyes to have evidence of my activities. I've triggered the Vox Relay failsafe ejection routine. But worry not. After launching, the station will take several minutes to achieve its pre-programmed self-destruct altitude. So you'll have plenty of time to enjoy the ride before your death.
Ah, there you are. I was expecting you 4 minutes and 27 seconds ago. But never mind that. I have a missive for you. Highest priority. Recipient's eyes only. All I can tell you is that it is from Arcadia's most judicious custodians, the Order of the Ascendant. I am not privy to any information beyond that. Oh, they did also say it was important. I was tasked 6 months ago to deliver it to whomever ship was at this landing pad at this exact time. All other questions may be answered by viewing the missive, I expect. Farewell. Best of luck to you.
Time to watch whatever it was the messenger had for us.
Greetings, Agent of the Earth Directorate. I am Ruth Bassar, presiding Bishop of the Order of the Ascendant. At this time, I can only presume you think us your enemy, directly responsible for your colleague Augustine de Vries' actions way back on Horizon Point. I assure you, we were not. A splinter group was behind that heresy. The collective of scientists and scholars I lead are committed to elevating humanity by pursuing a greater understanding of reality. I believe our goals are not incompatible. We both oppose the Protectorate, and we both wish to preserve Arcadia from ruin. We can help each other. I entreat you to speak with Abbot Newell. He can be found in Golden Ridge at Matriarch's Mercy. He will aid you in your mission, and hopefully, you will see fit to aid us in ours. Nav key coordinates to the Golden Ridge landing pad on Dorado are embedded in this message. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
The Order of the Ascendant awaits us on Golden Ridge, Commander.
Before we take off from Paradise Island, I was kinda hoping to grab a quick word. I know I've been pushing to find De Vries, so this might seem a bit of a left turn. Avoid it. I'm just gonna ask. Got an old friend here on the island. The doctor who patched me up after Horizon Point. Ex-Protectorate, a good man. Tracked in the Westport a short time ago, but never got up the nerve to visit. Reckon we could drop by and pay him a visit. Brief one, of course. I had some bad years on my own. Now with you here, being part of a team, this might sound a might. That starts with writing accounts. This friend of mine, Zebulon Tran, I let him down. And I've been chewing on that live wire for a while. Too long, maybe. Likely not. We didn't exactly leave off in a good way. Traded some hard words over promises I made, and after I recovered from Horizon Point, Zeb and I ran together for a spell, doing what we could to help folks in difficult spots. Fighting Protectorate tyranny and too small for Zeb, as it turned out. He was unhappy before I showed up, and after, well, I had my orders. I was to stay low. Couldn't let the Protectorate catch wind of an Earth Directorate agent in its midst. But Zeb, he kept pushing to take more extreme action. I'll remember that the next time I get stranded in an autocratic colony after losing a few limbs. We worked hard, but the Protectorate's arbiters and sentinels worked. Often than not, our help only made targets of the folks whose lives we were trying to improve. Didn't matter what we did. Figure you say as much, but I'll admit, after 10 years in this colony, it's getting hard. Anyway, things weren't good. Zeb, only later I learned Zeb hadn't given up the struggle like I assumed he would. He got to stay in mental refreshment for his trouble. That's the last I heard of him. If it weren't for Zeb, I'd be in the ground. It's a debt I never And since finding you, well, a lot feels possible now that, well, don't spare my feelings none. Like I said, I know we've got business. Just, if you're going to be heading over to Westport...
Commander, the nav key coordinates supplied by the presiding bishop of the Order have been verified. Additionally, we are also able to land in Free Market Station due to the Astrogator's progress with the updates necessitated by its rebuild. Free Market Station is an independent marketplace, the only one in the system. It is called such as it was built out of a crashed Auntie's Choice. Agent Ibarra prioritized your recovery as the rebuilding process progresses. Old nav keys may be unlocked. Unfortunately, most of them are likely not recoverable. Golden Ridge is located on Dorado. It is home to the Alexandra Monastery and Matriarch's Mercy. The Protectorate abandoned it soon after the invasion, leaving Auntie's Choice and the Order of the Ascendant to fight for control of...
The second choice has got a new shipment of swill. Gave it a try. Needs some aging, but not too bad.
Keep an eye out for snitches.
10 more bits and I can buy my kid her first gun. Come on, have a heart.
What did he let you try?
Well,
if somebody who looks like me sold you an engine that exploded, that was my evil twin.
Said Auntie's finest star wipe on it.
That wasn't booze. That was ship wax.
Really? Barney should start selling it then. It's better than half his stock.
Do you mind if I don't pay you no mind?
I was under the impression that Free Market Station was open to all. Why am I being accosted?
Free Market Station is open to all, except spies. It's awful suspicious how you've been gallivanting about, asking everyone questions.
I am not a spy. The information I'm collecting here shall be of historical significance someday. Surely you can appreciate that.
Right. And I'm sure that information wouldn't help at all in clearing us out of the station years from now. I'll be watching you. Hope that wayward science type didn't disturb you much, friend. We of the station normally do our best to dissuade partisans from making nuisances of themselves. Suppose I can't stop you. Just don't let her convince you to do anything that might put you at odds with our security forces. All that aside, enjoy your...
Greetings. Are you perhaps interested in advancing the knowledge of Arcadia's history? What am I saying? Of course you are. Please, do tell me anything you might know about the crash of the ACS free market. Could Auntie's choice have succeeded where order experiments failed? Oh, do pardon my forwardness. I saw that you were a new arrival. As an archivist, it's my duty to collect and record hitherto unrecorded knowledge wherever it can be found. But my earnest questions have been met with suspicion. That's great. I can offer you a stipend from my exploratory budget for any converse with the locals, peer into unturned corners, and I'd ask about in the saloon and the bazaar. Both are sub rosa, like, take a look around.
Buy from me and Hey, you smell gunpowder? Do you? Browse all you like. Everything I've got is fine-tuned to perfection. I'm glad you asked. Weapon, but what I sell here, I wouldn't dare lump them in with mere weapons. I knew we were kindred spirits. I've got no doubt I have something you'll love. Feel free to go on a... Buy from me and live to tell your fellows about my store.
Doctor here. Get your stitches. If you're here about a toothache, if you've wounds that need stitching or teeth that need scrutiny, I'm your doctor. Yes? Is this a problem? My prior faction demanded I strictly adhere to my vocation and forego the... Suffice it to say, I'm pleased free market state medicaments...
If you lost it, I'm selling it.
You need coveralls, we got coveralls. My folks didn't raise no fashion monger, but they did raise, if you're in need of sprucing up the old wardrobe, used to be part of Auntie's had a lot of time, turned out to be generic clothes, work gear and such. I got
I'm beginning to reach the tail end of my patience. You will tell me the location of the broker.
Lad, you ain't got much of a concept of a deal, do you? You ain't got nothing to offer, and a threat is offering less than nothing.
You realize any other arbiter would have crushed you where you stand for obstruction of justice long before now? That I am flowing with magnanimity?
Can't say I know what that word means, but if you're inclined to keep threatening me, only thing gonna be flowing is your blood out your body.
Garment's here. Come gander. I might not know what all my wares are. If you're in need of sprucing up the... I got rags. My gear has the fewest holes out of any close-on station for your money back.
Stimulants, medicaments, drugs.
Tired of firearms that explode in your face? Think I misplaced a hand grip. Browse all you like. Feel free to go on a murder... Tired of firearms that explode? In your face? Come to not a weapons store.
Anybody even listening to this? Let me tell you stuff.
Listen, I know I shouldn't warn you about this, but anything I sell you, I trust you'll appreciate my forthrightness and be all the more willing to buy from me? No. Ships decidedly ain't in my purview. You sure I can't interest you in some bric-a-brac instead of this? You'd need to purchase much more from my stock for me to consider such a course of action. Well, none taken. I never intended to be. But when life breaks your jaw, and be happy.
Get caught unaware? All you like. My armor will keep you safe.
Maybe if you would... Stranger, seen my fix? Hope you're about to offer to rid me of this damn fool.
You cannot dissuade an arbiter from their sovereign given duty, no matter how much of an irritant you may attempt to be. I came to meet with the information broker for, Protectorate business, Protectorate reasons. However, I find myself foiled at near every turn. None within the Protectorate would defy an arbiter and expect to live. Regrettably, I cannot make the locals see reason without rendering myself unable to learn what I seek.
Even polite entreaties don't see most getting an invite to the broker. And you've been anything but. See, you may have thought you said have an audience, but what you actually said was let him assassinate.
Do I look like a sentinel to you? No, don't answer that. My point is that if I wanted to kill everyone here, we would not be having this obnoxious conversation.
No matter what this fella says, he's not going to convince me to trust him. He's a walking security risk.
You suggest a partnership? An arbiter working closely with a third party is unheard of. But I suppose if I've no choice...
Interesting thought. Occurs to me there might just be something that needs looking into. Within the Golden Ridge locale on Dorado, there's a refugee camp. It's unassuming, quiet-like. Most of the folks there just want to be left alone. They see to the few needs they have by working with the broker. But we ain't heard. Serves to reason something untoward may have transpired there. You see your way to looking into that, maybe we'll talk. That's between them and Sub Rosa. You in or you out? Great. Take the lap canid with you. I've had enough of his excitability and...
I don't claim to be pleased with the circumstances surrounding this co-investigation, but perhaps we may surprise one another. I'm Arbiter Tristan Rao. Slights of this nature are not easily forgotten. If you speak truly and not in jest, I will not lower myself to deal with you again. I shall meet you at the camp. Let us hope we both arrive there.
Protect your loved ones, protect yourself. Buy some new armor today.
You need coveralls, we got coveralls.
Buy from me? Hello once more. I guarantee you some... Oh, I prefer to focus on the present and the future, and not things that... I don't think that'd be smart. Be happy. My contraption. Hello once more. I guarantee... Oh, I prefer to focus... You'd need to purchase much more from my stock for me to consider such a course of action. Be happy. My contraptions. Hello once more. I guarantee you... Oh, I prefer to focus on the present. Is this how one gets ahead? Before it crashed, I served on the free market as a secondary engineer, first grade. Had a colleague who was very talented, but not very good at hiding it. Supervisor saw her as a threat and demoted her to the engine room. She wasn't the type to take a blow without dodging. In Auntie's choice, there's politics among... My colleague sabotaged the engines when her partner was on his mandated 2-minute break. When the free market attempted to... Well, just about everyone died. I made it to an escape pod on the port side. The ship... Yeah. Anyway, can we get back to subjects that aren't this? Be happy to show you. Buy from me, please?
Blades, bludgeons, bombs, blunderbusses. We've got it all. Except that last one.
You just bought a shooter from not a weapons store, right?
Greetings. How has the data collect? Finally, a breakthrough. Let's hear it. So the backstabbing nature of Auntie's choice is... Aside from the crash, what occurred in the ship's final moment? That's idle speculation. I'd be laughed out of Laplace's... Last question. Were there any contributing factors to the crash? Anything that might recontextualize what actually happened? Failing to recognize ability? This report is going to bear some glaring absences, which is unfortunate. Still, here's something for your time. It would have been more if I'd been able to complete this, but Auntie's Choice seems to be inundated with its own problems, technical and personnel alike. We should have I'm glad we're of like minds. I'll be sure to notify my friends in the Order that you can be trusted. Now I need to get this...
Latest contraband came in. Looked like quite the haul. Any standouts? Couple dozen Auntie's Choice sales bottles.
Your patience is commendable, passenger. Please continue waiting quietly until the next tram arrives. Attention, passenger. You are running 21,027 hours late for your tram. Please be mindful of your departure in the future. Any suspicious activity to your nearest station warden.
You there!
Get there, Trina time! Making strides! Hey! Don't hold all the adrenochrome! Calm down!
Sent to back on record.
One needs adrenochrome!
So you did come. Good. I'm not partial to working with those given to second thoughts. It seems we arrive on a desolate scene. I don't know what transpired, but whatever it was killed the refugees to a person. As an Arbiter, I bear a strong stomach. But if you've any reservations about witnessing destruction visited upon the innocent, you'd best steel yourself. I've some theories on the refugees' killers, but I remain unsatisfied. Although I am not required to do so as an Arbiter, I would care to acquire proof. We operate under the Sovereign's indefatigable will. Thus, we do not need proof. But my training was somewhat unique in that it... Let us comb the remnants of the... What sort of life was this, without the Sovereign's guidance? I cannot help but feel a pang for these people, cut down without a hope of defense. Inform me. The fact that this camp isn't a bullet-strewn ruin suggests it was wiped out by something precise. Did you learn anything by examining the body? Interesting. Dragoon automechs wield shock cannons, and the refugee... Did you have anything else? You're certain you've combed the place to your liking? Very well. could have been saved. They simply hadn't deviated from the paradigm. Salutations. Has your search uncovered anything of remark? Let's hear it. That auto mechanicals would fall in the camp's defense is logical. That there would... Did you notice anything interesting about it? Then whoever was fighting it must have been off guard. Desperate. Good to know. Did you have anything else? I doubt it factored in their inadequacy in the face of a superior force. Assuming there was a superior force. An apt theory, yet there are no signs of a large force's egress. The automech should have mounted a consistent defense, but there are no signs. Very well. Is that? Yes, that's an incisor, all right. Salutations. Has your search uncovered anything of remark? You've been busy. What did you find? Oh? I wouldn't expect a localized transmitter to harbor anything of note. Prove me wrong. Maybe. Did you have anything else? You're certain? You've combed? Then let us debrief and see if we can't deduce what transpired here. Have you any theories as to what killed these people? Although I'm no ballistics expert, the death wounds on the corpses appear to match those inflicted by an automech. Have any theories about the automechs that did this? My thoughts exactly. How do you believe they were compromised? It's too convenient. I submit that the refugees predominantly use the local shortwave tower to control their automechs. The saboteur comment. The only remaining puzzle piece is why. Why go through all? Yes, that relay tower in the rear of the camp was clearly not built by the refugees, but stolen from the Protectorate. which likely the refugees must have used it to listen in on Protectorate communications, then sold what they learned to Sub Rosa. After the Vox Relay's recent destruction, High Command would have ordered a security sweep of all communication systems. This outpost's relay would, upon learning of this camp's existence, they'd have dispatched a sentinel to cross off any would-be traitors. Hence the destruction we bear witness to. I cannot say I particularly care for the monetary results of this investment. Now with that finished, we... Hold. Something. Seems the machines returned, bent on eliminating any stragglers. To arms! I shall not stay your execution. That was a hardy engagement. You held your own admirably. These automechs will never be used to perpetrate such heinous acts again. I believe we're at the end of our investigation. The prospect of sharing our findings, I will locate my wretched Sub Rosa transport and return to Free Market. Be sure you return to Free Market Station to debrief with me. Despite...
The plan can wait. Our lines will not. Good subjects arrive 15 minutes early to avoid missing their tram.
How are the informant lines treating you? Hear anything good?
Not terribly. My only field bound matrix.
I just don't get why we have to buy our own weapons from our own merchants. Got people who can filch us better gear.
Greetings again. Hope that little day excursion you and I jawed about is going well. Libations or information? What's your poison?
The encampment had been raised. I'm sorry to say there were no survivors, but I believe we were able to uncover what transpired. I should add, your observations during the investigation were unexpectedly keen.
I'm surprised. Didn't know if you had it in you, especially with an Arbiter in tow. But you got what was needed. I'd be happy to direct you to the broker. First, though, we've got a small... There's a malfunctioning lamp in the basement I need someone to take a look at. Here's a keycard to get you down there. You mind? Sharp. I like it. Thank you kindly.
Anyone had asked me, I'd have put the odds of a live Arbiter finding his way into my chambers at 1 in a few trillion. Good that you didn't come here for blood, Arbiter Rao. Barney would have sniffed it out and broken you in twain. And I do disdain mopping up Protectorate corpses.
If you know who I am, you must know why I'm here. My mentor died under vague circumstances, and I desire any information pertaining to the specifics of her death.
Interesting. That question appears to be at odds with High Command's public statement on the matter. Losing faith in your masters?
No. But I cannot shake the sensation that
I could get used to this. Your instincts are right, Arbiter. Though we don't know the specifics. I received information that your mentor's body bore signs of a fight, and a nasty one. Someone killed her.
I shall in time, when fewer prying ears abound.
If that's all, I think you'd best get along. I prefer not to sully my quarters with Protectorate lackeys. Live ones, anyhow.
And I prefer to limit my time with scheming blackguards. Let us take our leave from present company. Speak to me outside, if you would. There's something I'd care to ask you.
Run along now. I've spent more than enough time entertaining wayward sprats.
The role of the Arbiter typically does not require the assistance of others. We are expected to act as wholly independent entities. But I fully realize that had I not your aid today, during our investigation, I gauged your trustworthiness and did not find it wanting. What say we travel together? I think you have earned forthrightness. I came to Free Market Station. Sub Rosa deals in information, and were thusly my best lead on her killer. Unfortunately, I cannot act truly alone. I have no ship, and no support. I do not know your allegiance, and accordingly shall not speculate. Suffice it to say, for now, that I fear the true killer is within the Protectorate. My colleagues have accepted that her death was a natural one. Nonetheless, the circumstances of her death trouble me. I cannot allow myself to accept the utilizing one of our craft for I knew, but I neither trust them nor have the funds to continue this relationship for much longer. You, on the other, I will keep to my convictions in any case, but I understand. What instructions would you have me follow? should have... I will listen to your words, and I shall follow your orders. I will not assail enemies of the... But if my sense of duty outpaces my willingness to comply with an order, or if you attack my brethren unprovoked, our relationship will come to an abrupt end. Excellent. I hope our working will... Let us be...
Run along now. I've spent more than enough time entertaining wayward sprats.
Any friend of the broker is a... Libations or information? What's your poison? Always. For example, there's some kind of hoity-toity collector type parked upstairs. Supposedly, she's willing to sell some of her collection if you impress her. Laws.